What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jose here at the First Round By Podcast, accompanied by my boy, Mr. Soss.
What is up, one and all? Welcome once again to yet another exciting episode. This one is episode 32, and what we are going to be talking about today are some of the biggest primetime matchups that are going to be happening in the NFL coming up. The schedule was released, or the whole NFL schedule was released recently in our absence. I know it's been like a week or so since.
Well, a couple weeks.
God, we're starting to fall off again. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. But yeah, so because of that, we are going to talk about some of the primetime matchups, especially since the last time that we saw you guys, we were talking about the NFL draft. The NFL draft is now over. I think a lot of the rookies are starting to get signed and everything. I think that some of the teams are actually starting to get some the undrafted free agents. And within the next probably 3 months is going to be preseason. And so football is coming back. It's right around the corner. I'm excited. I'm sure Jose is excited. And so, yeah, with that being said, Jose, what are some of the primetime matchups that are going to be happening this year?
So I got a few of them, all right? And this is kind of some of the ones that kind of stood out to me. I feel like they're going to be very fun. Some of them, we got a bunch of like, old faces or, new faces and you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So,
I got you.
for example, the first one that I got here, Cleveland Browns at the Houston Texans. So, of course, it's going to be pretty much centered around Deshaun Watson going back to the Texans.
Yes.
It'll be week 13, December 4th
13th.
at 12 p.m.
Interesting. That could be a really big game too.
Well, and because the thing about it too is because apparently the NFL is currently in talks on a suspension for Deshaun Watson, and apparently they're going to have like some type of like news sometime within the next few weeks or something like that.
It's making it spicy.
So, I mean, he's probably going to be suspended for, I say, at least 4 games or whatever. I don't know what role he played in whatever he did or didn't do.
Yeah.
But whatever. So he's probably going to get suspended for a few games. We'll hear more on that in the future. But he's going back to the Texans. It's going to be a good game, man. Just, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be interesting, especially since that Browns team, even without... So, obviously, I always say it starts and ends with the quarterback. And whenever he's on the field, Deshaun Watson's a top 5 quarterback. And so, with all those weapons and how talented that offense is going to be, especially since you said week 13, right?
Yes.
That's going to be later-ish in the season. So there's going to be some big implications there. It could be some playoff implications.
Right. And not only that, but the Texans, they had a really good draft, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm excited to see how the Texans look this upcoming year. And I'm pretty sure Davis Mills is going to be playing as QB1.
Man, yes. I'm a big believer in him. Mm-hmm. I like the way he plays. He lit up our secondary, even though that's not really all that hard to do. But... But no, he is awesome. I think he's got a lot of talent. So I think, especially if Deshaun Watson is playing in that game, Deshaun Watson versus Mills, dude, it's going to be an incredible game.
Right, and don't forget the Browns. They got Amari Cooper. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be an exciting duo to watch if Deshaun Watson plays and if he stays healthy.
Oh yeah.
So that's one of the games that I'm looking forward to.
All right. Well, I'm getting so excited.
There's another one that I feel like is going to be pretty good. First of all, I feel like the Miami Dolphins are going to be a pretty good team this coming up year.
Man, they're going to be sneaky.
I'm telling you. So the Dolphins at San Francisco, and the only reason why I put that on my list is because you got, I forgot what the head coach's name is, but he used to be the offensive coordinator at San Francisco. Mm-hmm. So he's pretty much facing his old team, current head coach of the Dolphins, that is. So, I mean, obviously the Dolphins, they added Tyreek Hill. I think they added like Mostert on the in the running back committee. They got Jalen Waddle, you got Mike Gesicki, and that defense is actually looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a fun game, man. It's going to be a fun game, man, because the 49ers are kind of interesting right now, too. Before the season ended last year, everybody was saying this is Jimmy G's last time, in a 49ers uniform. And then I've actually been seeing a lot on Twitter that apparently the 49ers have been underwhelmed with Trey Lance. So there's been a lot of talk saying that Jimmy G might play again.
So much drama.
I know. So there's a bunch of juicy stuff on Twitter. Ever since I made a Twitter account for First Round By, go follow.
Yes.
I've been seeing a lot of just NFL reports and stuff like that. So
Definitely. Yeah, no, that would make sense, and it cracks me up too. Actually, I just saw, I don't know if you've seen it, but I saw Jimmy G in I think it was a Subway commercial.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, he's a pretty dude. I didn't realize that. He's a handsome fella. But no, I mean, and especially with the fact that aren't they? I don't know if they've worked out the deal, but I know that they're working on a deal to keep Deebo Samuel there.
Yeah.
And so you got George Kittle, you got Deebo Samuel, Jimmy G. He's one of those interesting quarterbacks too, because he's kind of like a middle of the pack quarterback,
Right.
And so that's gonna be an interesting matchup. That's gonna be, and we're gonna see how much better Tua's gotten and everything. I'm not a big believer in Tua though, not at all. Did you see that? That actually brings me to this point. Did you see that video in training camp of, I guess, Tua underthrowing Tyreek?
Yeah, dude, everybody was
roasting
crazy.
him.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Well, there was another video too, because I know what video you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I saw 2 separate videos, and both of them he like underthrew. I can't even talk about that. Jesus. And he underthrew Tyreek, and everybody, of course, is over there talking shit.
Yeah,
whatever. But
I mean, you already know that Tua's got a noodle arm, but it's going to be interesting to see how that offense runs, especially since the 49ers defense is really good too. Do you happen to know what week that is?
Let me check. It is week 13, actually, the same week of the Cleveland Browns Houston game.
I wonder what time those games are going to be.
The Cleveland Brown game will be at 12 p.m. Central, and then the Miami Dolphins at San Francisco will be at 3:40 or 3:05.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can potentially watch both of them.
Correct.
That's going to be awesome. Yeah, those are going to be some good matchups. Okay, you got to hit me with some more, because
right.
I really, really enjoy, like, one of my favorite things before season starts is, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the schedule release because it's just not very exciting to me, but I love to like analyze the matchups and stuff that are going to be going on. So hit me with it. I'm ready.
You ready for this one? So Los Angeles Rams at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh.
Week 9, Sunday. So obviously they played in the playoffs. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers held the lead. The Rams came storming back.
Yep.
Obviously they went eventually to win the Super Bowl. So that's going to be a fun one.
Gosh.
And obviously you got Brady coming back from retirement.
That's
Gronk's
right.
still up in the air, but obviously that Bucs team still intact. And
yes, and they're very talented.
Very talented, as well as the Rams.
The Rams, yes.
But yeah, that's going to be a super fun game.
It's going to be an interesting bout, because I think that those are 2 relatively evenly matched teams. In all honesty,
Right.
Because I mean, I think Matt Stafford's good. But I mean, he had some stinkers this last season. Brady, obviously the GOAT and everything. But I'm really excited to see the Tampa Bay offense against that nasty Rams defense. I kind of want to see Brady running for his life from Aaron Donald.
Right. Well, actually, since you mentioned Aaron Donald, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up, but
I clearly haven't.
Aaron Donald is still looking for a new contract, and I'm pretty sure he wants to get paid the big bucks. And according to some reports that I've seen, I can't give you any sources right now, but if he's not getting the contract that he's looking for, he's contemplating retirement.
That makks sense.
So,
I think after their Super Bowl win, I think that everybody was already wondering about that, because I think he said something similar last year, or it was being speculated that he was possibly going to retire if he gets his ring.
Right.
Because that was like the only thing that he was lacking.
Right.
And everything. But so by all indications, he does want to stay as a Ram.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Yep.
So I can respect that. And I can respect him wanting to continue to get his bag,
right,
and everything, because he's still a premier, elite, probably the top defensive player in the league.
Right, and he's been for years. I mean, how many defensive player of the year awards does he have? Was it 3 or something?
3 or 4,
something like that. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. The only thing that makes me nervous about that is because one of the other premier defensive players is Jeffrey Simmons. He's a defensive tackle for the Titans, and if Aaron Donald's getting some big money, Simmons is probably getting some big money too. So rip to the cap. Rip to the cap.
But yeah, that's going to be an exciting game.
It really is.
Really looking forward to that one. And Of course, you got 2 Super Bowl contending teams that are going to go, neck to neck in that game. So
That's right.
It'll be a good one.
Definitely will be.
I got another one. It also involves the Buccaneers. So we got Kansas City at Tampa Bay.
Ooh.
So you got Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady again. That's always a showdown, always a shootout. Of course, Kansas City is Kansas City. As long as you got Patrick Mahomes on that team, they're always going to light it up.
Yep. Even without Tyreek Hill.
Even without Tyreek Hill. I mean, they still brought in Juju Smith. They still brought MVS, Mike Scatling.
Valdez-Scantling.
They brought him in. Obviously, they're no Tyreek Hill, but they're still very good offensive weapons.
Did they draft Sky Moore?
They did.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I really liked Sky Moore. I thought he was a really good pickup. And they seem like they're going to distribute the ball a lot more, as opposed to just being like everybody wants them to. At the time, everybody wanted just to Mahomes to Tyreek Hill just because Mahomes has a friggin' cannon, and then Tyreek Hill's got that speed. But they still got a lot of speed on that offense.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And they still got Travis Kelce, and so that offense is still going to be dangerous.
Right,
going up against the Bucks. That's their defense is still really good. I'm interested to see how Kansas City's defense has evolved.
Right.
Because I think they had a sneaky good draft too.
Yeah, they did actually. I was very impressed with their draft. And they also drafted a receiver from, I think it was Clemson. I forgot his name. Justin Ross, maybe. I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but apparently he was like really
highly touted.
Yeah, back in college, and I think he had like some type of medical condition that made his stock drop or something.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, if all goes well and if he stays healthy, everybody's talking about he can be like the steal of the draft, this, that, and the other. But that's definitely something to monitor.
Definitely.
But yeah, Kansas City at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, week 4. So this is fairly early in the season.
Okay.
It'll be a good one. So it'll be a nighttime game. So it'll be all eyes on this game. So
yes. Yeah. How many more you got there?
I got 2 more.
2 more? Okay.
So Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh my gosh.
So Russell Wilson going back to Seattle. So how do you see this one going?
Honestly, I would say I'm going to go ahead and throw out an insanely early, stupid early prediction. Kind of a throwback to our very first episode ever. I think that the Broncos are going to just wipe the floor with the Seahawks. Absolutely wipe the floor with them, because that defense is really good. I actually said at the time, whenever I almost said Seattle, whenever the Broncos acquired Russell Wilson, instantly became contenders, because Russell Wilson is obviously still, I would say, probably about at least a top 10 quarterback.
Oh, for sure.
Borderline top 5. But he's got some weapons. I mean, he had weapons over in Seattle, but he has some weapons over in Denver. And Denver is a very young team. They're a young, talented team. That defense is rising up and everything. What week was that one going to be?
Week 1, Monday night.
Oh my God. Okay, well, so damn, I should have asked about that before. That's going to be a damn good week 1,
dude. It's going to be a great week 1. I can't wait.
Especially since one thing that I've always, now I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't take a whole lot of stock in any of the week 1 matchups. And part of the reason why is because, especially in years past, especially whenever COVID has been a thing, because it's not until like the second or third week that you really get an idea for how good a team is going to be.
Honestly, not even then. I'd probably say closer to the middle of the year.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that for sure, because the ebb and flow of everything. But I think that week 1 is the single biggest wild card there is, because obviously throughout the preseason stuff, you got these second, third, fourth stringers, all of them. They're trying to fight for a roster spot and everything. So the starters don't see a whole lot of time with each other, except for I think it's typically the third game, probably the second game now. But either way, the second or third game they get a little bit more time. But most of the time, the week 1 matchups, you have no idea what you're going to get.
Right.
Absolutely no idea. I mean, hell, week 1 last year, the Cardinals looked like world beaters.
Well, for the first few weeks. They
went on six or seven games in a row. Yeah. And then obviously they got wiped. Well, they got whooped by, I think it was the Rams. And so, yeah, you literally have no idea. So I'm still going to keep with that, though, because I mean, even though he may not have completely developed all the chemistry with the new offensive weapons that he has and everything, you still got to take Russell. Because who's quarterbacking for Seattle?
Probably Drew Lock. Or actually, I take that back. Another report I saw on Twitter. So apparently, as of now, Gino Smith has the edge over Drew Lock, from what I read. I mean, yeah, we're still very early in the offseason, and a lot of shit can change, but that's what I was reading the other day.
So it's Geno Smith versus Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, no, I think that I would be very surprised. Yeah, very surprised if the Broncos lost that one.
I think, honestly, dude, I feel like it's going to be a close one. Only because, like you said, it's week 1, and I feel like Russell Wilson's going to have the nerves. Like, you literally just went to a different...
True.
You literally just go to a different franchise. Like, I don't know how long he's been in the league, but he's been in the league for a while. So you've spent all those years with Seattle. You go to a new team, now you're going back, and your very first game with the new team is against your old team. Like, imagine that. You know what I mean? On the other side of the field, you got DK Metcalf, Pete Carroll, all these other guys that you played in the previous seasons with, and now you went against them. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be exciting.
So coming off of that, because I didn't actually take into consideration the whole mental aspect of it. But I kind of wanted to volley off of that because obviously something that we didn't get a chance to talk about because it happened while on a week that we didn't record. I'm sure you probably saw it, but the comments that Tannehill made in regards to mentoring Malik Willis. I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm talking about is like the whole mental aspect of the game. So in case those of you haven't checked it out, maybe if you can find a clip of it, then we can throw it in here or something. But Tannehill was talking about how after the loss to the Bengals, in which he was a primary reason for the loss, he had to go see a therapist. And a lot of people were shitting on him for that, which is kind of crazy because at the end of the day, all these guys, they're just like us.
Yeah.
I mean, look at A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, he's had some mental health issues as well. I hope that he gets things figured out and gets things turned around and everything. But it's kind of weird because now it's very prevalent in the NFL that I mean, and I guess that so backtracking a little bit, Tannehill talked to whenever he was telling them that he went to therapy and stuff. As soon as that came out, I mean, the whole football world was like sharks with blood in the water. Some people were being like, oh, that's awesome they did that, and then other people were calling him mentally weak and stuff because he had to go see a therapist. I mean, I'll admit, I go see a therapist. I enjoy it. It helps me, especially with the mental health things that I go through. I'm not going to go deep into that at all because this is not the time or the place. But I will say that I think that it is awesome that he did do that because obviously you got the entire world looking at you like you are the reason why my favorite team didn't do this, but you are the reason my team didn't advance on. You've got, and then like, look at Russell Wilson. He was the face of their franchise for so long, probably a decade, almost a decade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a decade.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so he was the face of the franchise for a decade. And yet, how quickly do you think that people turned on him?
I don't know, man.
Turn on him.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's people that do or did or whatever, just because there's people like that. But he's still just another guy, just like us, right?
And so, of course, he's gonna. I mean, I know if it was me, I'd have nerves all over the place. Like I would be freaking out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick because it's just. I mean, obviously, mental health is a big thing. And it's kind of strange that now in 2022, like now that's coming to light with more and more players and stuff. Like not only seeking help, but also, I mean, look at Antonio Brown, that whole situation, how it unfolded and stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, let's move on to a lighter topic.
So this is gonna be my last one for the day. So, Buffalo Bills at Kansas City. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
So what week?
Week 6. So that's gonna be
week
exciting.
6. Okay, yeah, because that's gonna be about whenever people are really starting to come to their own with their offensive and defensive game plans and stuff, getting their identities.
Right, and we can't forget that freaking game they had in the playoffs.
That absolute
back and forth.
nasty duel.
But yeah, it's going to be one of the games of the year. Buffalo Bills, I know they have like that anger against the Chiefs.
They do.
They're going to come in hot.
They do.
But it's going to be a hell of a game. You got obviously Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and that explosive offense and pretty good defense as well.
Yes.
As, obviously we know what the Kansas City Chiefs have, but that's going to be a hell of a game right there. And
I'm definitely interested in that.
And they can possibly meet in the playoffs again, so it can be a playoff preview.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I think so. I'm a believer in Josh Allen, but there are still sometimes I feel like he could come back down to earth at any moment, though. Mm-hmm. So I do think that he's arrived. He's insanely good. He's very athletic. He's super talented. Super talented.
Smart.
Yes. But in the past, he did have those accuracy issues and stuff like that, which kind of comes up every once in a while. There's a meme that kind of circulates around every once in a while of the Bills losing 9-6 to the Jags, and he's just got his head down and stuff. I mean, every quarterback has a bad day. They always do. But that game's going to be absolutely nasty. It's going to hopefully it'll be as good as Build. Build.
I'm sure it will be.
I'm so fucking funny.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great matchup. It seems like they did a good job of billing these or scheduling, I guess I could say, scheduling these games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like those are just what we are predicting are going to be good ones. I mean, you never know. Every year the NFL is so different.
There's a ton of freaking games every year, and I think I just named off like 6 of them. That's literally not even scratching the surface of games.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be a ton of good games out there, man.
That's right. But yeah, and so just around the corner, obviously we're gonna have training camp here pretty soon. Hopefully, I feel like this year's been going by pretty quick.
It has been,
honestly.
Yeah. Not only that, but fantasy football too. We'll definitely squeeze in some fantasy football episodes
and college.
In college, of course.
Yes.
Things are heating up with the NIL deals, and we got Arch Manning going on official visits to Bama, Georgia, and Texas. A bunch of people are predicting he's going to Texas. You got freaking Jordan Addison committed to or going to USC. So it's been crazy, but we'll hop on a different episode and talk about that.
That's right. We will we'll keep the coverage up. We're sorry for some of these the lapses in these episodes, but obviously we got a lot of stuff going on, but we're here to cover it. So my friend Josie, do you have anything else for our lovely viewers?
I appreciate the support, guys. Please continue to do so. We'll have more episodes in the future. If you want some First Round Buy merch, check it out. FirstRoundBuy.com. Click on the merch tab, and you'll find some glassware, some hoodies, some shirts, some tank tops, some stickers, some pretty neat stuff in there. So go and support. If you buy something, show it to us. Email us or
absolutely
take a picture, Instagram, whatever. Show it to us, and we'll put it on
tag
the page.
us. We would love to see it. We'd love to feature you guys, especially on the website and everything. Because we like to show our support because you guys are showing support. So
right.
But yeah, kind of like what he said. FirstRoundBuy.com. That's your one-stop shop for everything First Round Buy related. And apparently, I guess I got to add Twitter to the site too.
Right.
I always forget that. But yeah, we've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So check us out. Of course, we appreciate your unbridled support, and we will catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.